How's it going, everybody? Doing another garage sales pickup video here today. The last one got did well. People seem to like it, so I will throw up another one. I'll throw up, if I get a good enough amount of stuff to show, I'll put it up. And this weekend, once again, another weekend in April, which is, you typically don't get much. I mean, there wasn't a lot. I ended up going to 4, but I did okay, so show what I got. Do it with gum chewing again. After this this next week coming up, I'm gonna bang out like 3 requests probably in a row, so I'll get some of those out of the way because I got a few more. So I've been actually doing every other day with videos for the past like 6 or 7. So hopefully no one's too annoyed by that, but I might keep that going for a little bit longer. I don't know. But yeah. So I got these games here. They're for 50 cents each at a garage sale. These are meant to be sold, these ones, because the price is so good. This first one is Final Fantasy VII, but it's not complete. I actually left and then just walked right back up, or rode back up. And I was like, I'm going to take this because I can try to sell these. It's just the first 2 discs of Final Fantasy VII. Doesn't have disc 3. Doesn't have the manual or anything like that either, so. But I was like, you know what? For 50 cents, I'm going to give it a shot. Just has the insert on the front. I would have loved if all 3 discs were there, but what can you do? I just have 50 cents, so I gotta do it. Next 3 as well are going to be put in with a lot of other original PlayStation games I have. And once again, these are all 50 cents each, but it's Cool Borders 3, Cool Borders 4, and Cool Borders 2001. I've never played any of these, but they're all complete. This disc is in pretty good shape. I do have to test them still, so like I said, they don't have a lot of value on their own, but I have like a few other games, like 5 other PlayStation games I want a lot with these, so 50 cents is pretty good, each one. So that was cool. And last one here I got for 50 cents as well, from the same garage sale. It was Fighting Force 2 for the Dreamcast. Never played this, can't test it. I mean, disc is marked up, but it doesn't have any brutal scratches on it, so I mean, this doesn't sell for a ton, but I figure 50 cents, it's a Dreamcast game, I'm gonna grab it. So pretty decent. I mean, not gems. If that Final Fantasy VII had all 3 of its discs, yeah, that's a hell of a grab for 50 cents. But next 2 I got games. I got another sale. This is actually the first one I went to, because it said video games. This person had a ton of games. It was Xbox, PS2, and some GameCube. But he had over 100 probably. I only grabbed 2. It was a lot of common titles, good games, but not really valuable ones and common ones. And I grabbed 2, and I was like, you know what? Once again, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to try to go after PS2 games again. Collection. I do this all the time. I waffle on collecting things. So I might move my Xbox games instead, sell those in a lot, keep Gladius because I need to play that. I like that game. And go for PS2 because PS2 has a better game catalog than Xbox. I mean, I personally probably like Xbox a little more, but I like all three of those systems from that generation about the same. But their games are cheap, and I'm going to try to get as many as I can from garage sales because you see PS2 games quite frequently. First one is Final Fantasy X-2, which I've owned like 60 times. These were both $2 each, these games. Complete. I've said in the past, I love this game a lot. Use Riku, Yuna, and Pain in this one. Pain wasn't in 10, but she's in 10 too, and you're spear hunters. And it's cool. It's a really cool game. And second PS2 game I got, which is one I have, but it was only disc only, and I always wanted to get the case and manual for it. So I got it again, and it's Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Also complete, $2. Good price on this. This game usually sells for like maybe $7, $10. I really like this game. I actually played this originally on the Xbox back in the day, and I had a disc only one, but I wanted to get a complete copy of it because I do like it, and I got this one, so $2, that's cool. They didn't really have anything else that I would have grabbed for PS2. Like a lot of good games, but I'm going to be real picky with the games I get. And a lot of them are going to be cheap. But like I said, you can get a ton of really good games for cheap on the PlayStation 2. It's a good system to collect for because if you just want to go cheap, you can. If you want to go pricey, you can. If you want to go in between, you can. Or if you want to go a combination of all three, you can. Because they have great games like the Devil May Cry's and the God of Wars and, the Final Fantasy X, 2, and 10 have lost value completely because they've been re-released like 90 times in the past few years. So, you can get a lot of good games for cheap now. Even some survival horror games, but not the great ones. Your Rule of Rose and Haunting Grounds are like, $75 to $100 games, but I'm not doing anything like that. But like I said, you can really go nuts. I want to get the Lord of the Rings games. I really liked them back in the day, the Two Towers and what's the other one? Return of the King. Third Age I actually also like too. I want to get that again. I never beat that. I'd had that for the GameCube and got really far and just stopped. I think I was fighting the Witch King. But that's a cool game too, and those were all pretty cheap, and I really like those games. So like I said, there's a lot of cheap stuff you can get. Now, I ended up going to the mall with my friend on the way back. I was like, oh, there's a garage sale on this block. It was an indoor one. I'm like, I gotta stop in there on the way back. And I got some toys to move. They came in this little bin. They actually have two little stuffed toys. I think they came with Burger King Happy Meals. I don't really show those, but they are the same as those, except they're just the stuffed ones. But they are small soldiers figures. There's 5 of them. I paid $10 for the 5. Now that's a little steep, I guess, but I've sold some of these in the past. Specifically him, Chip Hazard, and Archer, the leader of the Gorgonites, I think he is. I've seen this movie. It came out in '98. But I've sold these in the past, and they do pretty well. And the plus about these is these 5 that I have all their accessories. You actually hit the, where is it? Actually, you move this thing on his arm because it attaches to his arm. How is this going? Why am I not doing this right? But it actually goes, there we go. It goes on his arm and you just pull it back on his arm and this little missile will shoot out. He's got his other gun too. Doesn't stay in there too great, but that's Chip Hazard. I had to clean them up a little bit. They had something on them. I don't know what it was, but They're all in really good shape though, and have all this stuff. Second guy here is I had to look up their names. Brick Bazooka, I believe he is. He's kind of cool. His head opens up and turns around, and this thing also shoots out. There's a little trigger on the back that shoots it out. And he's got his 2 guns as well. Here's Archer. It's cool to have these because I bought these. I got these years ago. Not years ago, it was like 3 years ago, and they were like $1 each. And actually, no, I got these 2 different times. I got them once originally, and they were with a bunch of old Ninja Turtle toys, and then I got them again for $1 each. Same thing though. All of his accessories, his bow, which once again shoots projectiles. Like all these guys have projectiles except the one. In very good shape as well. Show him last. You probably seen him already. And this is what was his name? Nick Nitro, I believe his name was. Some of it's still on here. I'm trying to figure out what it is. And he's got this bazookas or missile launchers. These actually detach, and this goes right in. Actually, the way they hook it up to get these things on, you just slide this right into his back here, and you pull this thing up, and then it shoots these 2 things out. Yeah, have to wipe this down a little more. They all stand pretty well too, which is good. I don't know what that is. The last guy here is Insaniac. I think that's his name. He looks cool though. You can pull him out here at the bottom, and his legs just spin around. And he's got his 2 chain things here, mace type things, and this little guy too came with him. Said I had to look these up to see what went with what. But, nice grab though, even at $10. I kind of knew. I was like, oh, 10. And like I said, instead of just being like, what about 8? I just say, okay. But part of me knew. I'm like, I know these things have value. I at least know the 2 do. And they all do. And they all have their weapons, which is huge too, because you don't see that as much with older toys. Yeah, it was a decent weekend, like I said, once again, for an April weekend. You know, any kind of grabs that generate is good. So I'm happy with that. But, you know, hopefully everybody likes this again. And, you know, I'll continue to put them up because, you know, throw the gum chewing in, you know. Add a little extra to it. But I do. If I get enough, like that was enough too. I wanted the videos to be at least 10 minutes. You know, if I get like 1 or 2 games, I'm not going to bother unless I want to hold them and then wait for the next weekend and just combine them. Maybe, I don't know. But I am going to continue to try to get PS2 games from garage sales because you can get them for cheap. And you see them, at least I see them in my area. Like I said, on Long Island, there's tons of garage sales every weekend in all the towns. Especially like now, I'm surprised there's as many as there are, even though there hasn't been many so early. But it was a nice weekend, so maybe that's why. But yeah, that's it for this second installment. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking this out, and have a good night.